I firmly believe that each organization is exposed to that risk. Either already frauds are taking place in the organization, or that particular organization is highly exposed to those kind of fraud risks. Now, see, coincidentally, in each organization where I worked, I was able to uncover fraud. And this is the area where basically being a part of the finance team member, I believe that we shoulder that responsibility to protect the interest of investors and other stakeholders.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute World Council of Directors, where we engage with top industry leaders shaping business, governance, and financial excellence. I'm your host, Tanay All, and today we are honored to have Mr. Ravi Gupta, a seasoned finance leader with over 17 years of experience in corporate finance, governance, and strategic growth. As the CFO of Monin India, Mr. Gupta has led large scale financial projects, including a £40 million greenfield investment, and has been instrumental in fundraising, risk management, and financial planning across top organizations like Reckitt Benckiser and Ernst Young. In this episode, we'll explore his leadership journey, insights on corporate finance, and the crucial role of governance in today's ever evolving business landscape. Sir, welcome to FaceTime with Leaders.
Uh, Thank you, Tanay, and thanks a lot for such wonderful introduction.
Sir, every accomplished leader has a story, one filled with unexpected turns, defining moments, and lessons that shape their journey. You've built an incredible career spanning 17 years, navigating the complexities of finance, corporate governance, and high stake business decisions. But let's rewind a bit, sir. When you first stepped into this field, did you ever envision reaching where you are today? What were some of the pivotal moments that shaped your journey, and how did they influence the leader you are today?
Okay, so then actually this is a long story back. Yes, so as a child, since my childhood, I have been listening many conversations about, like, when my parents and my uncle and my father's friends, etc. They keep discussing about either share market or about business. Most of my family members, they are into business, so it basically infused a lot of interest in economics and about business. So I would say that is the point where that the seed of this particular field was sown inside me. And somewhere I knew that I think this excites me a lot. And as a growing economics always excited me a lot, and I developed a keen interest towards it. And when I progressed my journey, so I realized, yes, chartered accountancy is one such area where I think would suit me well, and I can do justice there. And that is how I entered this field. And yes, there are many events which basically turned out to be a pivotal role in my career. So I started my journey with Ernst Young Gurgaon. And right from there, I think working with such a highly talented colleagues, I still remember that when review of any audit happens, and when partners and other people, they used to challenge us, and when the questions raised by even a simple intern made many people think. And that is the stage where, like, I started feeling, yes, even a simple intern can have that ability to look the business from different point of view. And that excited me a lot. And then continuing my journey, so I joined Reckitt Benckiser. It's a giant FMCG, UK-based FMCG. So right from, like, in my first stint, directly based out of a factory. So challenging the status quo, like there were well let down process for multiple decades, and there were like team members who were like in their late 50s and were about to retire. So working in a well-established environment, well let down process, and then still challenging the respective stakeholders for further improvement in the well let down process. That was, I would say, all these kind of incidents actually turned out to be like it's in a way to challenge ourselves to improve further. And then, moving ahead, handling, let's say, the 1,000 crore business for a south region of Racket, and working with multiple stakeholders, more than 250 distributors, multiple the CNF agents, and so many internal and external stakeholders. So all these basically given me a perspective about the business, the challenges, and was lucky to experience acquisition at a very young age and at a regional level, and saw multiple automations. So this was all these were very good. But to highlight two particular things, my stint with Chai Point, which is one of the food and beverage startup, was an eye opener. Theoretically, we have been always reading multiple things, but practically, how every single rupee has to be raised from the market and how it need to be deployed. So that is what the key learning that I gained from Chai Point. But I would say most important part is in my current company, where in a Monin, where I'm working as a, so here I'm working as a co-pilot to the India managing director. And this is the stint, I would say, has given me that kind of lift and the overview about the business. And I'm pretty excited the way things have gone.
That's a lovely journey, sir. So, financial governance isn't just about numbers, it's about integrity, trust, and protecting an organization from risks that could threaten its very foundation. Your keen ability to detect and address fraud has undoubtedly safeguarded businesses from significant financial losses. Could you take us through a particular instance where your expertise in fraud detection made a real impact?
Well, Tanay, this is the area where what I can say is each and every organization, no matter how well they are governed, I firmly believe that each organization is exposed to that risk. Either already frauds are taking place in the organization, or that particular organization is highly exposed to those kind of fraud risks. Now, see, coincidentally, in each organization where I worked, I was able to uncover fraud. And this is the area where basically, being a part of the finance team member, I believe that we shoulder that responsibility to protect the interest of investors and other stakeholders. So, since like in almost all the organizations where I worked, I uncovered it. So here I can give like incidents of almost all the organization, but still, see, fraud is such an area where there's one interesting study that article that I went through. So here there are three type of people. One is a person who will like love to obey rules and regulations and will walk that path. Second is a person who loves to obey rules and regulations, but if opportunity is available to commit a fraud, so person have a chance to divert and opt for that. And third is the person category where no matter what rules and regulations, etc., that we introduce, person would like to break that line and cross that line to commit that fraud. And that's a very interesting article and how generally these things happen. So, and there is a actually very thin line sometimes between fraud and error. Sometimes it become very difficult to establish. To give some of the incidents in one of my initial company, so I can give one example. So we used to receive very important and expensive raw material from China for manufacture of one particular drug, and this raw material used to be liquid in a liquid form, and it used to come in drums. So, and there was a well-established process for last multiple decade. But when, as a new joinee in that particular location, I studied the entire process. So what I realized that the tare weight of drum supposed to be 25 kg, but in reality, tare weight of drum was varying between 27 to 28 kg. And with that, in every drum, 2 to 3 kg of lesser raw material was coming because whether intentionally or unintentionally, vendor used to increase the tare weight of the drum. And of course, the raw material is much more expensive than the drum. So when we estimated how much company has lost throughout the year and in the previous year, so amount was significantly high. It was in crore, and we took immediate action. And company also supported the decision. And so now this is very thin line. Ki, whether a vendor has committed it knowingly, unknowingly, but end of the day, yes, company suffered. Like this, basically, even like when I worked in one of the food and beverage startup. So in startup, of course, there are tremendous scope of improvement in each and every field. So when we within my couple of months of joining, when I had a full market visit and I saw that everywhere there are leakages, be it material or be it in terms of cash. Because so a lot of that company used to operate like multiple retail outlets and a lot of collection in cash and in different forms. Daily basis, some or other materials were being sent. So we quickly introduced one reconciliation mechanism, and with the help of our ERP. So we use both the technology and we introduced that reconciliation system. And within 1 month of implementing that process, our gross margin improved by 900 basis points. So clear cut jump in gross margin by 9%. And we realized that this is just the tip of the iceberg. There were many other areas. Uh, Even in my current company, it's not only like fraud can be like be both from internal to the organization and external to the organization. So some of our channel partners in my current company also they committed to this kind of I would say practice. We uncovered it, be it like a submission of various fraudulent claims. But now, also, I would like to highlight about the cyber frauds. So, with this kind of like advancement in technology and more, I think definitely you would have heard about. At a macro level, not only India, but at a worldwide level, there are many organizations, individuals who are facing this kind of risk. And unfortunately, some of our employees and distributors have also come across cyber frauds. Unfortunately, one of our channel partner end up losing some money in this cyber fraud. So now, from fraud point of view, as a company, uh, see, it's not only that someone is committing fraud to company, is that is one part. We are going one extra leg where we like if we take example of cyber fraud. So we do have a mechanism of training to the our all the employees, but on top of it, we are also trying to educate our core stakeholders, be it our suppliers or channel partners, and educating them about cyber fraud so that they don't get misled or they don't fall in trap of cyber fraudsters, because ultimately if they get suffered, our business will also get suffer. We want to grow together with our key stakeholders. So these are some of the steps like way that we are now looking into it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
fraud has also gone beyond just on paper, internal, external. Like you just said, data is probably now the key of fraud, right? Where that's the
Yes.
highest level of fraud. Where if data is gone, it can be equal, if not more valuable than money.
I see here many a times in this kind of situation, much more than money, there are a lot of other things also at stake.
Yeah.
Be it like as you rightly mentioned, the data. Sometimes it can even go to a business risk. Once I remember one of our channel partner highlighting that his ERP system got hacked. There was some kind of virus which entered there, and the fraudster was demanding very huge ransom to provide the password to enter that ERP. In such kind of situation, if let's say someone is not having proper backup or no other means, person will become handicapped, and continuing business sometime may become very, very challenging. So yes, sometimes it is much more than money also. Entire business may be at risk, and many other things also comes into picture.
Yeah. Sir, in the fast paced world of business, financial forecasting isn't just about numbers, it's about foresight, strategy, and the ability to anticipate challenges before they rise. So, achieving over 90% accuracy in forecasting is no small feat, and it speaks volumes about your meticulous approach and deep understanding of financial planning. Many businesses struggle with this, often finding their projections misaligned with their real outcomes. From your experience, what's the secret to getting it right?
Okay. So, for having worked with both MNC and the startups, I feel that I have tried to understand the importance of the budgeting and forecasting method. And I sincerely believe that these are extremely important for any organization, no matter at what scale or what kind of business they are into. In the absence of proper budgeting and forecasting, there are n number of things which may go wrong and can disturb the entire business. So firstly, like doing a proper budgeting and then implementing a good forecasting system helps. First, giving the right direction to the entire team members. So there are so many stakeholders, including our team, our suppliers, our customers, and many other stakeholders. So once we do this budgeting and forecasting, so it is giving out basically a clear-cut direction to all the stakeholders that okay, we have to go in this way. And then second thing also comes, see, at end of the day, we are doing business to have decent profit and also to grow. So forecasting mechanism helps also to basically many a times to the cost savings and helping us in a moving in a direction where we are more and helping us to challenge each other to be more effective and efficient. So for me, like budgeting and forecasting, this is the one of the process which I prefer to implement from day one, and it's for I would say entire organization and not for a particular department. So now coming to basically the formula this to for the accuracy of the forecast. See, in such a dynamic environment where things are changing so fast, having a significantly high percentage of accuracy is not easy. It's extremely difficult. So one of the things, especially in my current organization, that we have implemented is first basically making accountable each and every department, and not only the head of the department, but even I would say the team members below them. So we try to give at least from mid management to senior management, we try to give all of them the opportunity to do the budgeting and forecasting for their respective department. And of course, head of the department would be responsible for the budget and forecast for that respective department. But participation is by multiple other people as well. So this basically gives the sense of ownership and responsibility to the respective team members that yes, they are involved in the process of budgeting and forecasting, and in parallel they also understand basically what kind of forecast they have provided to the top management, so that tomorrow down the line they will remain accountable for it. So overall accountability increases. Second step that we have also taken is that budgeting and forecasting we have introduced in the KRA and KPI of the key stakeholders. So this basically ensures that they pay special importance. Many a times, okay, few people they understand the importance of forecast. Few people, sometime they may take it lightly. So once it is part of KRA KPI by default, they are pushed to look into this process with more rigor and with more seriousness. And I would say this has actually helped us a lot in improving our forecasting mechanism. And then, of course, we review on a very frequent basis. There are many companies who have different kind of process, be it a rolling forecast, and there are many other ways to do it. And I would say that each business, each industry will have its own mechanism. Since we are into manufacturing and trading, so we have our own process of doing forecasting. But what we do is we go one leg extra. So forecasting is, I would say, it's not only about, let's say, one that finance team doing sitting and doing the forecasting. Firstly, it's a collective effort, collective team effort with all the department. Secondly, I would say it is not restricted to the organization alone, internal to the organization alone. It has to be external to the organization also. For me, I would say that a good forecasting strategy would be to even get involved the other external stakeholders. So what we do is once we have our budget and forecast, we keep exchanging it with our suppliers so that they in turn are prepared to supply us with those changing demands. We also discuss with our customers and distributors and other channel partners. Once, of course, at the time of doing budgeting at the beginning of the year, we clearly convey that throughout the year where we want to head, what exactly we want to achieve as an organization. So that expectation is very clear, be it the customer, distributor, or suppliers, or our internal team members. And then on a frequent basis, we keep updating our forecasts and keep exchanging with them. And also, we one leg extra further we go is that we keep aligning our budgeting and forecasting with our business plan. So we do have a 10-year business plan. And whenever we do the budgeting exercise, so every year we ensure that this budget takes us one step further to the business plan, the 10-year plan that we have made. And honestly, in my current organization, when we in 2019 sitting, we were building a 10-year plan. And in 2025, now when I re-look back, so I feel very happy that we are like almost more than 90% of what business plan that we anticipated in 2019. So we are very much on track. And furthermore, that I feel very proud with my other colleagues that for next 5 years, whatever that we have planned in our business plan, currently looks like we are going in that direction and we are not too far off what we have anticipated. And that gives, I would say, significant confidence to the investors and the chairman that whatever has been planned earlier and whatever has been promised, so we are able to deliver. So it's a matter of proud, I would say.
Yeah, I think one lovely thing that you said is that it is everyone's responsibility. It should be distributed and not just one person sitting in crunching numbers and assuming for the entire organization, because that will never work.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So, working capital is the lifeblood of any business. Yet, so many companies struggle to manage it efficiently. Cash flow bottlenecks, inventory mismanagement, and delayed receivables. These challenges can make or break a company's financial health. So, given your extensive experience in optimizing working capital across industries, what are some of the most practical and game-changing strategies businesses can implement to ensure smooth operations and financial stability?
Okay. So, working capital is like lifeline for any of the business, and whatever funds which are required for working capital is sometime can become a showstopper, or sometime can even help the business to grow at a very fast pace. So be it a service industry, be it manufacturing or trading or any kind of industry, yes, working capital is required for each and every company, any other organization. Now, one has to maintain a proper balance in the working capital. I would say neither like having excess or short or will not help business. One has to optimize it. And I would say there is no fixed formula as such. It will vary industry to industry, business to business. And but yes, one has to focus and basically strategize. Firstly, to how to optimize the working capital, and then to work towards maintaining that balance throughout the business cycle. So even what I have also experienced that as and when business enters to different cycles, right from initial stage of incorporation till multiple as and when business advances further. So even working capital requirement also changes. It will totally depend like the kind of product categories, new product categories or new geographies or multiple other variants which keeps on adding. So very dynamic. So now in the absence of proper working capital management or improper balance can have many effects. I can give you one recent example. So even though we had a wonderful opportunity to sell to one of our client, so generally, let's say there was a requirement of let's say X, and suddenly like when client was doing well, and client required maybe 10x of the volume. And but in parallel, let's say our suppliers were not in that position to provide that kind of raw material, packing material, and other inputs. So ultimately, that resulted in, I would say, to a certain extent, to a sales loss. But if let's say what someone pays a very special focus on this working capital management by forecasting multiple things, I would say lot of business losses can be saved. Or I would put it in other way that proper working capital can help us scaling up our business much higher. That is one part. Second is also like being more efficient. So many times, let's say if significant money is stuck in my inventories or receivables, or I'm paying a lot of advances to my suppliers. So end of the day, yes, it will result excess cost also. So, proper working capital management can help both scaling up business and reducing business losses and optimizing the cost. I can give you some of the examples. So, like at Reckitt Benckiser, which is manufacturing organization. So here, basically, I like the idea, the way we work there in optimizing. Let's say inventory is one of the essential part of working capital. So, so what we did is, firstly, we of course put a mechanism to anticipate our inventory level, be it raw material, packing material, or finished goods, etc. But we didn't stop there. So, firstly, arriving at that inventory level, first cut is one part, but then we worked with our suppliers if there is a way to reduce the lead time. And secondly, we helped also our suppliers if further they can optimize their working capital, which can in turn benefit to us also.
Yeah.
So this is the way we worked on inventories. In one of my organization, when I joined, so working capital was positive. Like there was significant money stuck in inventories and receivables, and very less of payables. So we took immediate steps with our other colleagues, and within a quarter, basically we turned around, and gradually we shifted from positive working capital to negative working capital. So this is basically, so we wanted to make sure that our enough money is not stuck in working capital, and ideally it should be a negative working capital where our customers pay us in either in advance or at a very less credit. and we take significant credit from our suppliers, and in parallel we try to maintain an optimum inventory levels. This basically helped business in whatever money which was stuck in working capital, so that money came out and we were able to utilize in some other parts of the business. So these are like some of the things, and even in like a current organization, right from day one, we have set a mechanism where we not only we work on working capital for our organization, but we go one step further and we work with our channel partners and vendors, and we align themselves also to optimize inventory. Like this is a complete ecosystem.
Yeah.
So the entire ecosystem basically has to be optimized, have to be considered for optimizing the working capital. Yeah, so this is my
Yeah, I think
experience.
as a
Mhm.
community, it needs to be taken care of, not just again
Yeah.
as individuals. So you've built an incredible career leading financial transformations, optimizing corporate governance, and driving business growth across industries. But every leader has a vision for the future, both for themselves and the impact they want to create. So what are your aspirations for the next phase of your career as you look ahead? Do you see yourself taking on more boardroom roles, shaping corporate strategy at a high level, or perhaps mentoring the next generation of financial leaders?
Okay. So Tanay, here basically, when I always look back, so with at current stage, after having worked with big MNCs like ENY, Reckitt Benckiser, and also like working with the startups like Chai Point, and even the current company, I would say it's a global MNC, but still in India it is a startup. So having experience with all these, both in consulting and manufacturing environment, further exposure to right from incorporation of the company till winding up of the company, and also having exposed to the multiple channels, be it B2B, B2C, e-commerce channel. And I would say having worked with different kind of people, like be it at a factory or at a various distributors, customers, modern trade, general trade, having getting exposed to all these kind of environment with very rich experience in FMCG industry, and also having an international exposure of working with my colleagues from other part of the world. So with all this experience now, I feel I'm more confident, and particularly in last 6 years, the way we were able to set up the entire business here in India for one of for this French company, French group, has further boosted the confidence, also to both to the investors and to myself. And now I feel that this is a stage where using my this experience, probably I would love to add more and more value to the other organizations, be it in any form. So having seen both manufacturing and service at a large scale, and right from incorporation till the advanced stage, I feel that there are many ways where I can add value to these organizations. So I feel that yes, boardroom would be one of such platform where mm, uh, I think I can do justice to the experience that I can really use for increasing the efficiency and effectiveness of many organizations. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of point of views that you said today would really help everyone, whether it be finance, whether it be handling your corpus funds, everything needs to be from a organization point of view, from much larger point of view rather than just yourself, just a company, just individuality basically. So, leadership isn't just about financial success, it's about creating a positive and ethical corporate culture. You work in CSR and POSH committee formation shows a strong commitment to social responsibility. But often these initiatives risk becoming just formalities. So, in your experience, how can financial leaders ensure they drive real impact and make these efforts truly meaningful for organization and society?
Right. So, Tanay, you are right. For quite some time, both CSR and POSH were bit neglected, but of course, yes, now time is changing. And I would say that organizations are very, very particular about both CSR and POSH. So one, yes, both these topics are governed by law. So even government is also pushing each organization to look it very, very seriously. But then, yes, there are many good examples where organizations on their own have contributed a lot to the society on their own. So, as a finance leader, yes, I firmly believe that, see, when we take so much from the society, it's always like every debit has a corresponding credit in finance terminology. So, for sure, if we are taking anything from the society, it's our moral responsibility to give it back. And so, whatever we are taking from the nature, we have to respect it, and so in some or other way, we have to give it back to the nature. Coming to the posh, I would say this is the area where I would say for quite long there are people who have been harassed, and I would say that situation still continues, but with the act coming and more and more awareness about it, I would say it's a wonderful platform where every employee, be it a man or a woman, or any other gender, have that opportunity to come forward and address their concern. So first, if I talk about the CSR, so I would say that organizations are thinking a lot considering the challenges as a world that we are facing, be it a global warming or any such issues. So I think it's not about one organization or one individual. Again, it's a, I would say, collective effort. There is a very beautiful story which I always cherish. In that, there was a fire in the jungle, and all the animals are running away to protect themselves and finding new home. But then there are some tiny birds. So these birds, what they are doing is they will go to a river. In their tiny mouth, they will pick up one drop of water, and they will try to diffuse the fire. So yes, I understand ki it is very, very difficult for those tiny birds to diffuse the fire, but it's the commitment and it's the thought process which may motivate many other people. And when if we all join hands together, definitely these kind of fires can be diffused.
Yeah.
And that is what is also applicable for when it comes to CSR. So, like global warming that we are facing, or the way organizations they have utilized the resources, and the way our environment and many other things which are getting impacted. So, together we have to move forward and come together and play a very important role. Now, coming to the role of the finance leader in this kind of initiative. One, as I mentioned, since it is governed by Indian law as well. So, as a finance leader, it is the core responsibility that any organization obey to that law and clearly comply with it. And as it will be also audited by a statutory auditor and other people. So, as a finance leader, yes, first step, of course, is the compliance with the law. But more importantly, is the second step where, let's say, each organization has some vision for their CSR.
Yeah.
And so finance leader, basically, as a finance leader, I would love to build that vision, be part of that committee to build that vision and ensure that every single rupee that is being spent on the CSR is actually meant towards that vision. And in reality, that money goes to the beneficiary, and that purpose is getting fulfilled. Thirdly, as a finance leader, actively participating in many areas, right from finding the right opportunity where CSR funds can be deployed, helping the organization in finding that purpose, and making full use of that money. So that is very important. And also, like, there are many ways in which this responsibility can be fulfilled. Like in recently, we are building a factory near Hyderabad. So we ensure that even the material that we are using is a green material, be it, let's say, cement usage or usage of solar power, or the ETP plant, STP plant, and zero water discharge, and many other steps. So it's not only about finance leader, even our other departments, we have come together, and we have formed a committee, and we have done brainstorming, and we have given our own ideas how we can give back to the society. So this is how we have tried to do about CSR. Coming to the POSH, so see, this is the area I would say that still it is very sensitive, and still there are many topics which are taboo, and people find it difficult to talk about it. So, as an organization, we respect each gender, and we want to give, I would say, that equal opportunity to each gender, to each employee, that they get a right platform to operate. Now, in general, yes, there in past, in we have seen like so many incidents related to POSH coming in forward, and that is why this law has been enacted. But each organization are now looking forward to take such steps where employee can feel safe, and they get an environment where they feel they get a platform they can openly speak about it. So, as I myself is a part of a POSH committee in my organization, and as a finance leader, there are few steps that we have taken. Uh, One of the most important part, I would say, with respect to POSH is more and more awareness, and also try to create fear among the people about the repercussions. Personally, I have seen someone in my known ones once by mistake also, if someone enters in this area and basically commits a crime, uh, mostly entire career will be ruined. More than the career, personal and professional life both are ruined badly. So person doesn't at the time of doing crime, he or she doesn't realize what thing that they are undergoing. In our organization, we have basically built an environment where we are creating more and more awareness about POSH, where we try to educate all the employees, be it men, women, at whatever level they sit, what are the rights and responsibilities they have under POSH. And we try to have multiple sessions with the respective head of the departments, with all the ladies, about POSH. We talk more and more about POSH. I personally believe that talking more and more about it, spreading more and more awareness, will create that environment where employee will feel safe, and even if they don't feel safe, at least they will have that opportunity to come forward, because many a times employee might not come forward. So these are, I think, some of the steps as a finance leader, being actively part of it and enabling it. I think I try to help the organization.
Yeah, and like you very rightly said, small steps lead and small changes lead to bigger results,
Yeah.
right? Sir, you've been a part of Directors Institute and have experienced its value firsthand. How has your association with the institute contributed to your growth as a leader?
It's very wonderful. I would say this is the platform where even though, let's say, person has a very rich experience and have underwent multiple different situations, but the this platform provided by Directors Institute is pushing one leg further, to bridge that gap between boardroom and the person as experience. And I think overall the entire curriculum, the entire way it has been designed, it's very remarkable. There's a lot of thought which has gone behind, and I'm really glad that I am associated here, and it's a wonderful platform overall.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words, and it has been an incredibly insightful conversation. Your journey, expertise, and commitment to financial leadership, governance, and ethical business practices have truly left us with valuable lessons. So, on behalf of FaceTime with Leaders and Directors Institute, we sincerely thank you for your time and wisdom, for sharing your knowledge with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe and stay updated for more conversations with industry leaders shaping the future of business and governance. Until next time, keep striving for success and have fun in your journey. Thank you so much.